Alrighty, what is going on? Welcome, Rabid here in the house. What's happening? Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. There we go. Get the floating chair and stuff going. All right, what is happening? How you guys doing out there? 43 viewers, 13 likes. Ugh, I don't know. Do I even have to say it? Do I have to say it, guys? Come on, let's see. Are they going to go up? 14 likes. Come on. 50. There we go. We got one. We got one. Nice. Nice. It only takes one. I see Rio Scaper. What is happening? What is going down? Clean cut. Yeah, I got a haircut the other day. Uh Squirrel Masters. Oh, the one and only Budweiser. Nice. We got the pirate in the house. We got Will Will Blap P6778. What is happening? Oh,
Nuclear power plant mining red touch
is in the house as well. Let's continue on here. A lot of talking happening. Awesome. Let's see. Continuing. Squirrel Masters is in the house. What is that? Crazy Seeker. What is happening? Slothman 2020. What's going down? Bits please. YT is here. What is this? The Toxic Miner 6854. Awesomeness. Northern Crypto and Tech. What is happening? And we're just continuing on. Bits please again. Northern Crypto. YouTube like smash from Scafer. Nice. We're at 30 likes, 87 viewers. Keep it coming, guys. More and more likes. Keep liking that like. Like the like. October Miner. October. What the heck am I reading? Ontario Miner. October. It's Halloween, guys. What's happening? Can't you tell? I'm wearing a mask. Jockwick Miner UK 6629. All Crypto 31. And then Bits Please YT. Cape Mad Mining, or is that Caveat? Cape. I wish we could go back to our normal names again. This is so dumb. Jockwick Miner, I probably said, oh, it just jumped on me. If I missed you, yell at me. But I see Doge Lord 2000. What's happening? Art to Satoshi by what? Chew? What's up, Rabid? Alterac 89. What is happening? Random Miner. Bleach 500. I see you. Stevo Crypto. What's going down? I think I got everyone if I missed you. Ogre MGT OW 990. What is happening? Rabbit, I thought I told you I didn't want snow. Please keep that white crap up in Canada. 12 inches in southern Ohio. Wow. That's a lot of snow. I'm sorry. The snow went that way. I apologize. I'm very, very sorry. The other day it was minus 45, wind chill minus 50 or something. Around here a couple days ago. So that was a little on the chilly side. It's not bad. I had to wear a sweater outside. It's not really t-shirt weather till about minus 40. So once it starts dipping close to minus 50, I do gotta throw on a sweater. So yeah, it got a little bit colder than usual. But other than that, minus 20, 25. We're outside, no shirt, shorts on, rolling around in the snow just like it's a freaking lake. That's what we do up here in Canada. Minus 45. Yeah. Oh, well, almost 50. Minus 50 Celsius. Pretty crazy. Right now, it's going to warm up again. Tomorrow's supposed to be +1. That's crazy. We go from minus 50, 3 days later, +1. Wow. October Miner is a dope name. October Miner. Oh, man. Crazy. So yeah, I didn't do a video. I was gonna stream on Friday and then I didn't. I just pretty much ignored everything Friday. And then yesterday was Sabbath, so we went and played some games. We went to church yesterday. We played some games afterwards at the hall and stuff here. So I didn't look into that. So I have no idea what's going on in crypto right now. So that's pretty much what this title is. What's going on in the crypto world? Because I've been just kind of, relaxing the past 2 days and I'm here to see what is happening. So I'm just going to bring it. Whoa. Okay, then let's just go over here and share this. So I see things are looking red. Awesome, right? Okay. 87K Bitcoin. Wow, it dropped a couple thousand over the past few days. Crazy. Dogecoin's down to 12 cents. Bitcoin Cash 577. Monero's Monero fell below 500. Zcash is 343. Litecoin's at 67. Things are, yeah, definitely coming down. Do we have any gainers? Oh, we got some gainers. Atika, 22%, 3 cents. MXC again. What is happening there? Neoxa's up 11%. Interesting. Varus. What's been going on with Kwai? Kwai is not up here. Kwai, where are you? Kwai? Oh, Kwai's in the red zones. Kwai's crashing too. Everything's going down. Where? Chlor. Kwai. Kwai's down 6%. 8 cent Kwai. Oh dear. That's not good. That's not good. We got I down 10 cents here. We got THT down to 24.9. Holy jeez. Meowcoin's down. Biggest loser is Avian. Someone sold 50 cents, so it dropped at almost 100%. Craziness. Yeah. So, wow, Monero's like up there in the losing, huh? Monero's up there as a loser, 9.59%. Ouch. Ouch. Wow, crypto's not looking too hot right now, huh? I guess I didn't want to look at this. This is rough. That's bad. Bad news. Bad news. Tika, was that the medical coin thingy? Yes, I believe it was. eGaz. There's two Atikas. There's Atika eGaz and Atika ETI. And eGaz is on what? ETC hash, which you mine with jazz miners. That is the main coin, the main chain, what you use for gas to send everything. And I believe Atika ETI requires eGaz to send stuff because that's the main chain. And yeah, I think that's the medical coin thingamajigger that they got going on. Now, what it's actually, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you associate a coin with medical, but they are. I don't know how that works. Kwai has been too much hash rate, not profitable anymore. Probably time for them to rug if they're going to do it. Just kidding. No, I think they would have pulled a cubic and not even sold any coins if that was their plan. But they've been selling the coins, so I don't know. It'll be interesting. I have to take a look and see, what the profitabilities are. CPU mineable and ETC miner. Yeah, for the double chains, using ETC miner for eGas and CPUs because I believe it's random X or a different variant of it or something. For the ETI side. ETI and eGas medical crypto can trade either on non-KYC. Gotcha. The Art of Satoshi changed my YouTube name finally. Send some snow to South Texas. We just got ice. You got ice? Last time not last time because it probably did recently, but you just got ice. But I remember last time there was snow in Texas, the power went out for like a week on end or something. So you guys don't really want snow. You're not really designed for the heavy, wet snow. So I don't think you really want that, do you? Ice might have been a better option because the wet, heavy snow, because it's so humid and hot out there, that it would come in, like wet as snow. And then because it's wet, heavy snow, it's super heavy. And it puts so much stress on all your power lines and everything because you're not engineered to have snow because it's Texas. So you're probably better off without snow. Zeph is in a coma. Yeah, I didn't even see Zeph. What is Zeph? Zeph, where are you? Zephyr. Are you still? Yeah, here you are. 72 cents, down almost 3%. Yeah, what is happening, Zeph? Come on. You're totally missing out on this whole privacy run, which is probably over now. Ironfish didn't really do anything for the privacy run also, did it? It went up a bit. What did it go up from 12 cents? 12 to 15, almost 16 cents. So that's not really a pump. 40 cents. Yeah, that's not too bad. 12 cents to 40 cents. That's actually pretty good. It's almost a 4x, not quite, 3 and a little bit. So that's not too shabby. It did pretty good there, but yeah. So maybe it did a little bit there. A little bit there. Nothing like super major, like Monero going from 100 to freaking almost $800. That's almost an 8x. Going from the lows. Actually, we go from the lows. How did Ironfish do? Let's look at that over the past year. 8 cents. So say, yeah, 8 cents. to 40 cents. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's almost what, 5x? 5x almost. That's not too shabby actually. When did yeah, no, that was actually low lows. 6 cents back here. When is that? 2023. I guess Ironfish is pretty. When are they tracking it here? Is this when Ironfish first released, or is this when Ironfish forked to their new algo? This must be when it first released. I don't remember. So I guess it's fairly new. It didn't even see last run, last cycle. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, crypto sucks right now, huh? In a bikini having me. What? Trump in a bikini. I did not see that, and I'm not sure if I want to. Oh boy. What's mining profits look like? Seeing how we're all depressed now. I should have looked at this. I was having a good day until I went to look at the price of crypto. Now it's not really a good day anymore. It's a bad Sunday. Grid across the board. What power am I at? 12 cents. Wow. Here we go. Grid across the board. 4070 Ti, 13 cent, 9 cent, 6900 XT. Oh, this reminds me of a story. I popped up on my phone. Do I still have it? Oh, I think I got rid of it. No. So a guy, I guess, walked into a thrift store. Did you guys hear about this? And he bought an what is it? An RX 5700 XT for $5. A thrift store. Someone was selling a GPU at a thrift store, and he went and bought it for $5. Like, he could probably turn around and sell it for what, $50? That's hilarious. I thought that was funny. And just seeing the AMD GPUs here reminded me of that story. It was a couple days ago. But yeah, imagine walking into a thrift store and seeing like a 5700 XT or whatever for $499. Oh, okay. So continuing on here, this grin. Cubic coin on the 5080 is only making 2 cents. Look at all this. CMP, obviously we got Zealous here on the 170HX. It's only making 4-cent profit. 4 cents at 12 cent. Now I wonder what. Now Panda has like 8 cent power, maybe less, 7 cent. Let's see what his 170s are doing right now. 18 cents. That's not too bad. Not too shabby, especially if you have 100 of them. Move the 0 2 places. 1, 2. Wow. $18 a day for 100 of them. That's not bad, actually. We think about it, it's $540 a day, or $54 a day before power, $18 a day after power, because they burn so much for Quai, the algorithm. So interesting take there, but most of us do not have that. We have the 12 or even higher. A lot of you guys, 35, 40 cent power coming in from Europe and UK. That's crazy. Oh, we got a blue here, $2. Thank you very much. Balls. We had 6 inches of snow in Northeast Indiana. Really? Wow. Does it usually snow in Indiana? Does Indiana usually get snow? Like, I don't know where all the states are. So I know all the ones close to Canada, the top, couple up there that are stacked usually see their snow. And then it kind of cold fronts dip down on the east side and kind of go around this way. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's fairly close to the border, is there? But yeah. A man walks into a bar, wakes up hospital. It was an iron bar. What? Patrick Murphy. I just calculated my power in Massachusetts. 40-cent power in the US? Wow. Wow. What? That's insane, Patrick. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh. You can't mine nothing, like zero. Nothing at all because of 40-cent power. That sucks. That sucks. Build a wall around all the way up to the stratosphere or whatever, so no air could get over it, huh? That'd be a big wall. Actually, did you know that someone tried building a wall that big? Not a wall, but a tower. It's called the Tower of Babel. You guys hear about that? And that's actually how the languages happened. Did you know everyone used to speak the same language? And then all the people of the earth, when they were building the Tower of Babel, it was going up because they wanted to be close to God and be like God. That obviously, you can't be like God. So He cursed down so that they couldn't understand each other anymore, and that's how the languages of the world came in with misunderstanding. So they could no longer build this tower because of it, the Tower of Babel. They found that tower, they think. Interesting. Oh, really? Yeah. Interesting. That'd be cool. Uh, God didn't like them moving into his hood. I guess that's one way of putting it, but we all started with ugh, no, ugh, idiot. Oh boy. Anyway, let's continue on. Yeah, profit sucks. That sums everything up. We have 118 viewers, guys, 45 likes. Come on, let's get some more likes. We got some more likes out there. A couple more likes. Just let's nail it. More likes. Let's do this. Yeah, Zealous for 170s, a five like 5080s. They're only making 2 cents right now. That is absolutely horrible. 5070 Ti, 1 cent. Oh, 5060 Ti is breaking even at 12-cent power on cubic coin, not cubic, but qubit. Yeah, I think I said that. 4060 Ti, like where's the 5070s? Negative. 1660s are negative 3 cents. A2000 is negative 4 cents. 3060 laptop. 5090 is negative 5 cents. An RTX 5090 is making squat right now. Wow. Insane. 3060 Ti. Maybe this is a ruse. Maybe all the big AI companies are actually. Oh, you know what? I figured it out. This is the plan. So, well, the AI companies don't really care about, 5090s and stuff. We think we have awesome deal. We have an awesome GPU when we get a 5090. We don't. It's still trash compared to what AI companies have. So this really wouldn't make sense. But what I was thinking was, oh, we got another $2 US here. So that's about $5, $10, $100,000 in Canada here. It's supposed to be 8 cents per kilowatt hour, but it's a 0.112 kilowatt hour now. That's crazy. Do you have third party fees and stuff on that, or is it just a flat fee? That's crazy. Like I'm at 6.8 cents Canadian, but after all the other third party transmission and distribution fees and stuff go through, I'm at like 15.5 cent power, which works out to be about 12 cent USDs. But it's crazy. It's crazy with all those extra fees. But and I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So what if some of the AI companies that aren't really being rented for AI, what if they're actually throwing onto crypto and making it all unprofitable so that they could scoop up cheaper GPUs from the consumer? Could that be a thing? Could that be a thing? I don't know. I don't know if they really care about 5090s and 5080s because they get B200s and 300s, and obviously the GPUs that matter. A 5090 is like trash, run it over the tank garbage compared to the other GPUs out there that's actually used for AI. So yeah, I don't know. Yours is 9.7 cents. Then they add the delivery fee of 4 cents. Oh my gosh. See, that's insane. That's insane. You think, oh, some 9.7 cent power, just slight under 10 cents. Awesome. Next, you know, it's 13.5 cents. What? Yeah. Caveman mining. What do we got here? Rapid mining. Mining will no longer be profitable in Turkey. Electricity bills will be cheap during the day and more expensive at night. It will no longer be profitable at all. We need illegal electric. See, that's funny how they put it that way too. That makes no sense because think about it. And then you have this push on solar, but during the day they have your power cheaper and expensive at night. Well, you can't run solar at night. Well, there are panels that actually can pick up some from the moonlight now, the newer ones, but still, like it's not very much, I don't think. But yeah, it's so weird. That's crazy. Like, why would they have it so expensive at night? And not during the day when it's actually being used. That's so weird, but that totally bypasses the point of solar completely. So I guess they're just trying to rob people, especially crypto miners, because those are really the only people that's going to be using power at nighttime would be 24/7 miners and stuff. So yeah, that's crazy. Um, what we got here? Greetings from Serbia. Regarding the price of electricity, if they had allowed the world to follow the path proposed by what is that? Nikola Tesla, they would now have free electricity. Interesting. Interesting take there. Huh. You can't have free electricity because then people don't make money off free electricity. It's not really about the price of electricity and making things more efficient. It comes down to how can these companies make more money? That's the reality of it. I really feel that's the way it is. It's not for the consumer. The consumer, you ever notice that like since grade one, like maybe not grade one, maybe grade 4 or 5, whatever. But we're taught from a very young age to be a consumer, right? We're taught to buy. And then, as you get older, after you have engraved in your mind that you have to buy stuff, buy, you're pretty much there to make money to pay the companies that make all this stuff, right? That's pretty much how you're groomed from a very young age. So then you get older when you're actually responsible for all this, then they say, "Oh, now you can save with this bank. Save with." You're not saving nothing. You are groomed from to buy and be a consumer. Consumer, and that's all you hear about. Like there's nowhere in there that they actually want you to try to save. They want you to buy everything you possibly can. Like look at how Stats is and Stratus and how you got these super high branded clothes where you can get, say you have like, I don't know. I don't know what are all these? There's Juicy Couture, True Religion jeans, or whatever they are that are like $200 to $500. But you get the exact same pair of jeans that looks exactly the same, with like a knockoff symbol for like $20. I don't care about that's where it is. People think you need this stuff to fit in to be cool because you're groomed that way. And you don't. That's Satan working on people's minds to do that. So in reality, I don't care. Get the cheap crap because it looks exactly the same. It's just as comfortable. Now you guys saw about that lawsuit going on at Costco for Kirkland clothes where Lululemon, their pants, Lululemon sells this pair of pants at $100. Costco's selling it for like $25. Like, oh, it's too close to ours. It's not even patented. It's just like it's too close to our pants that we're suing you. Like it's freaking crazy out there. So you know what? We need to being stop being a consumer. Just get what you need. Like, who cares about all this expensive brands? And I know a lot of people, oh, look at this, take a selfie. Look what I just bought. Look what I just did. Like, that is the stupidest people on the planet. Just saying, just saying. No offense to them, but I'm just saying, don't. Some people pick clothes over being able to buy baby formula for their kid. Like it's pretty rough out there. That's how much of a status stuff people really care about, and it's just rough. Anyway, yeah, stop being human. Yeah, because you're groomed, and that's not even human. We say that's the other excuse. Oh, it's human nature. It's human this. So it's implanted into you at a very young age that you just think that's normal, and really it's not. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the situation. You were taught in Alberta to send your resources to Ottawa. Oh, Yusuf, you're funny. Regal for Nvidia only, not AMD. Yeah, that's right. Regal miner is like, you guys remember when Ethereum was around? We were all smashing out T-Rex miner. That was for Nvidia only. But yeah, Regal's the same way. It's an Nvidia miner for Nvidia GPUs. I am mining Quai right now with Nvidia cards running great, but I tried out a single AMD 580 8 GB card and was not able to get it to run. I'm using Hero miners with Regal miner. Oh, that's what we talked about. I should have backed up there. That's why, yeah, you cannot use Regal miner with AMD GPUs. So you're gonna have to find SRB miner might work. Like AMD GPUs have very low support. Ever since Ethereum went away and Team Red Miner used to be the go-to for AMD GPUs, but I believe they got AMD Miner or Team Red Miner dev got bought up by private FPGA farms. A lot of these devs got bought out by private FPGA farms, and their sole purpose now is they left the consumer GPU mining phase and they just work for these farms to make bit streams for FPGAs and stuff. So yeah, that's why we have very little AMD support these days. And when new coins and algorithms emerge, they're not there. They're just. I'm gonna switch this because we're not mostly looking at that really anymore. So yeah, they're not really there anymore. So like I can't remember what coin it was. It was last year sometime, and a new coin came out. It was very profitable, but you could only mine it on Nvidia GPUs because no miner was releasing it for AMD. And when finally it took like 2 months for an AMD version to release, and it wasn't really optimized that well. And then by that time, the coin was no longer profitable anyway. So that obviously left a lot of AMD people in the dust, and people were screaming and crying, "We need AMD support now!" And then, by the time they finally got it, it was not even worth mining the coin anymore. So, yeah, I don't know, crazy stuff. So yeah, really, reality when it comes to crypto mining, it's Nvidia or nothing because faster support. The miner devs are working on Nvidia, and Nvidia usually ends up being the better GPUs also. Rabbit, I hear the final vote came out from Alberta to succeed. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything on the news or anything yet, so not sure if the vote came out. And now, so what happens with that petition is if the vote, like if they get enough signatures and stuff, and then they go to the vote, that means they have permission to go to the parliament. So once it goes in the parliament, then Parliament of Alberta actually looks at everything and says, okay, this, and then they have their vote and do all their stuff. And that's where everyone comes together and they decide what they're going to do. So right now, the petition that's going around is to try to just get it into Parliament. What do we got here? I had a rig of BC 160s using Wild Rig and it worked. SRB works, but Quai on GPU isn't profitable unless your power cost is super low. Yeah, that's the most thing for GPUs is you need super low power there. The US is gonna give Canada Minnesota for Alberta. I see those jokes on that Twitter there. That's pretty funny actually. Yes, I have let my AMD cards go. Just 5 left right now. Interesting. I don't know if I think I got a couple AMD cards still, like some 580s. I know I got a 580 mining card somewhere. Yeah, I got a RevTech card down there, and I got a straight mining AMD card somewhere. Like this CMP versions of NVIDIA. I got like the CMP AMD version, straight up for mining. I can't remember where that is, but it's only 580 and worthless anyway. Your DG Home One on Quai is under $2 a day right now, but still in profit. Your DG Home One. Oh, nice, nice. That's actually the one thing I want to look at. Let's take a look here. Um, yeah, the Quai profits on like script miners and stuff. So I want to go to here. Let's go L9 here. That's 16 gig. So 525 at 12-cent power. So 525. Now I want to go into Quai A6 and see 525 L9. 525. Oh boy. It looks like you're better off if this is accurate. You're better off mining Doge again instead of Quai on this. Again, it's hard to say because, like I said, I need to go see how they doing on Doge blocks. Actually, how are they doing on network hash rate? That's what I want to see now. Next, so where's Soap Quai? Bring this up. Let's see how they are doing. 329. Still down on that. 26.7. 26.7. Litecoin. 26.7. Right here. Yeah, they're still they haven't gained any hash rate, it looks like, for Quai. I think if they gain, like right now, it's not looking as now. Here's the tricky, funny thing. You're gonna be like, Rabid, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. What are you talking about? It's not profitable to mine. Like, usually we look at if something's not profitable and more hash rate turns to it, that means it's going to be even less profitable. But this is what you got to think about with Quai. And I talk about this so many times. I'm like a broker record at this point. I'm sure most of you guys know what I'm going to say. So as we know, they hardly have any hash rate. We just seen it's more profitable than my Litecoin and Dogecoin, so it's not there. But even though it's less profitable to my Quai right now, tomorrow it might be a lot more profitable if more hash rate moved over, because if they move up in this hash rate, it's the same thing as before. Is if they pull out a lot of these emissions, it's going to pump the price of Kawhi up a lot. Like, they don't even really, in reality, they don't even need to mine the other coins. Well, Bitcoin Cash is doing a lot there. Ravencoin is doing a decent amount. It does help for sure. But if they had a good chunk of hash rate on just Dogecoin alone, this would be a ton of money coming in, and it would just explode the coin. So just having more hash on here would actually long term push Kawhi's price to insane levels, because Doge is obviously a huge coin. Like, let's just look at this emissions. It's the second largest coin. It's down in emissions compared to what it was, obviously, when it was like, 20 cent, 30 and 40 cent. But it still has $1.6 million, a day. That is insane. Like, look at Bitcoin Cash. It's only $284,000 a day. So they have a very small percentage chunk coming from Dogecoin. So if they could make their chunk larger in this category here, Kawhi would be very profitable, very profitable. But we're still not seeing that. And obviously, you come into a profit calculator, and just the way our minds work, like this, for an example, we'll come into here and we see, oh, Kawhi is only down to this, and over here it's saying, if we mine Litecoin Doge again, we're making $2 more. So just mentally knowing how, typical looking at stuff, you're like, okay, well, I'm moving back over to here because it's more profitable. And that's going to start make Kawhi even less profitable. You see what's going on here? So Kawhi actually needs more script hash rate to bring up the profitability. No, I'm not saying go to it because, obviously as a miner, I would say I don't care about I almost totally made the stupidest line right there. Don't care about profitability. Like, who does that? Everybody cares about profitability. There are maybe 0.0001% of the people that do say, I'm in it for the tech. I don't care about profitability. Maybe if you only have one rig and super cheap power, you can run to support a network or something. But the majority of crypto miners, like you guys, I'm pretty sure you only care about profitability. You're not there to support any type of network. So yeah, what? Let's run a poll. Let's run a poll right now, right quick, and ask that very question. We have 104 viewers, 54 likes. Looks like we lost some viewers there, but let's get a lot more likes going on. We're gonna run a poll here. I'm gonna bring in the poll, start a poll, and we're gonna say, do you care about crypto profits when mining? Let's see if I can. Do you care about crypto profits when mining? We got yes, no, and I'm gonna add the option. In it for the tech. Start poll. All right, let's see what you guys have to say about the situation. Poll should be up there, rocking away. Do you care about crypto profits when mining? I just leave it all on mining Dutch. Bitch, please, all on mining Dutch. Oh, power is back on, and broomstick is modded to clean off solar panels. That reminds me of another thing. I'm wasting some money on my channel stuff. Like I talked about this before. My intro, the music for my intro, I actually pay like $30 a month to keep the rights on it, and a whole bunch of other musics and stuff. So like, I'm gonna keep the same intro unless I find a new one to do. But I gotta change the music because like that's all I use it for. So I have a subscription to this place that has tons of different musics and lyrics and like full songs and stuff that I can use in videos, but I never use it. The only time I use it is when I do my live streams. It's that one song in my intro. Now, what happens with that is once you unsubscribe, anytime you've used it previously, you're fine to use it, right? There's no copyrights or anything there. It's good. But if you continue to use it, which means if I end it today and I live stream tomorrow, that's after I ended my subscription. So I can't use it tomorrow. It'll now be copywritten. So yeah, I need to redo my intro with new music. That's, I'm just going to use the free YouTube stuff that it's something decent I can find that's catchy if there is anything. But I want to end that subscription because, like, seriously, $30 for intro music. That's the only time I ever use it is on that intro video. So I've been spending that for like over a year. Like that's a subscription I could use for you know, something else. If, obviously they just cut it out completely so I could save money because everyone's going broke here. But yeah. Talk to Gaming with Smokey Dan to get some music. Ask Gaming with Smokey Dan to make. Oh, he makes music? I was not aware about that. That's cool. Smokey Dan, are you here? You here? Where you at? If you see this or hear this or someone gets a hold of him, tell him to DM me. Go find him. I didn't know he makes music. So that's interesting. Bleach 500. That's exactly why I don't want to make a channel. Backgrounds, green screens, editing music. Oh, Red Putz can make music also? That's nice. That's awesome. He did most of Panda's music? Interesting. I did not know that. I did not was not aware about that. That's cool. I have to get a hold of you guys. Red Putt says he can do some too. So that's good to know. It's good to know that you guys can do some of this stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't want any heavy metal stuff though. So can you do normal stuff, calm stuff, relaxing stuff? I don't know. Heavy metal is bad music. What can't you do? What can't you do or what can you do? Northern Crypto. Yeah, he can. Oh, he can? Okay, yeah, I'll have to get a hold of someone get a hold of him and tell him to DM me. I'm pretty sure he's in my Discord or something. So gave me a Smoky Dine. Red Putz can do music. That's cool. That's awesome. It's good to know that. Rabid AI song. What else do we got here? Chill dude, music is the way. AI can do it all. That is true. AI can do, all this stuff, make music, do video stuff. Like it does all sorts of crazy stuff these days. But like I'm wondering, like how I don't know, maybe it could try some type of AI program to try to make some new music, I suppose. See how that turns out also. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. So do you think getting a Leo AE light at 300 mega hash has a future? Oh, you know what? I don't know. What is like I don't even know what's available for a Leo right now. But if you want something, obviously use my links in the description. Go to my website and check out the ASIC miners and discount codes. But coming into here, let's just look at a Leo. Leo, what is here? Which one? AE1 light? That's only $1 a day, so that's pretty horrible. AE3, like what's this thing worth now? AE3 making $7 a day, but I don't even have it on the right screen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's worth the AE1. Like I think this is only 21 cents. A Leo, I have no idea. Like I was hoping I thought Bitmain was gonna be the very first ASIC available for a Leo, and they still haven't made anything. They're the first one to partner with them, announce a Leo, and say all this stuff, and they have not released a single miner yet. And I was really hoping for obviously the Bitmain pump for a Leo, but I don't know. Like I haven't heard nothing. It doesn't look like it's happening. So a Leo might just be going to zero. Like I don't know. So it's probably not worth getting anything for a Leo. And if you were to get anything, it'd probably like I don't know what the price is on this now. It's Ice River. Ice River and Code Rabbit, obviously. But shop AE3. 6,000 is that seriously still $6,000? No way. There's no way that's still that price. That's Elf Miner. Elf a Leo. AE3. Wow, it's $6,000. Yeah, don't pay $6,000. That is garbage. Is anywhere else cheaper? What's Miner Bros at? Got the Miner Bros. This is code Rabid Mining, I believe. Maybe even code. Actually, it might be code Rabid here also. But let's see here. Like it's got to be cheaper somewhere. AE3. That reminds me. Ice River is supposed to be coming out with a Bitcoin miner soon, I believe. I forgot about that. It's still a few months away. They're doing something with the wafers or something right now. I don't know. And why is this not working? Oh, here we go. So we got Nerd Octa. Wow, it's only $600 here. That's decent price. and this includes shipping. Guys, head on over to Crypto Miner Bros. Use my link in the description and snag one of these. You know what? Let's just go into here on my website. Go into here. Now we got right here. Bam. Copy. Gonna slam this into the chat. All right, but anyway, yeah, Nerd Octa. It's only $5.99. So yeah, that's pretty cheap compared to other places. But anyway, we're looking for the Leo miner. AE3. AE3. Ice River. AE3. Sold out. So no, that's not the one. 2 gigahash. Is that the one? 2 gigahash model? Yeah, 2 gigahash. And it's 6,000 also. 6,000 there, 6,000 here. Now here the thing is on here you still have to pay shipping. On Miner Bros, this is shipping included and lower import fee. So this will cost you a lot less even in the States to import. But as it is right now, I don't think I get anything for a Leo. A Leo is looking rough. Like I don't know. Don't know where the Bitmain pump is. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, I don't know. Leo's just not looking good right now. Hopefully it does something, but I'm surprised. I don't know why the miners haven't came down in price yet. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing when it comes to ASIC miners. And you guys know it. When the price of the coins become unprofitable, the miners become unprofitable, the price stays high for a long time. But as soon as the coin starts pumping, they jack up the price, before you even know it's pumping. Like, oh, it is crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it takes like if this turned into $30 right now, like a Leo just 2x, 3x in price, and then also we're making 14, 20 some $21 a day or something on the AE3. That's probably going to be a $10,000 miner before you even have coin market cap loaded, and it's going to stay at $14,000 all the way till a Leo, for 2 years after a Leo becomes negative in profits. Like, no, they have no problem jacking up the price fast, but it really takes them a long time to drop the prices back down. Oh, it's crazy. Will the Ice River miner behave like on Kaspa, where hash rate drops because of low temps? I'm not sure because I've never had one, so I don't know. I have not had any of those Aleo mines. Only a Leo miner. Actually, I have the I shut it off now, so I can't tell, but I think it's pretty consistent. I had the AE0 Ice River one. This guy right here. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about, the little black box. I had this one on Leo for a while, and it was pretty consistent. So it didn't have any issues, but I never tried to run the cold test on that one. So I don't know for 100% like the Kaspa ones, how, yeah, they'd like to be warm. Um, a Leo, is that what you mean? Kaibasa, Ali. You have ALEI. I'm assuming you mean a Leo there, just a little spell in. But miners have been the only hardware that has made you money. Interesting. So that's good. That's what, like, I was like, no one's really talking about a Leo anymore. That means, maybe people are turning off. So I did have my, in theory. Oh, it's only 21 cents. 21-cent profit. That's still, you really think about it, it's only 100 watts. That's still a lot better than GPUs. So I guess in theory there's still profit there, but yeah, I don't know. Let's just run this through again. So yeah, AE0, 60 mega hash, only 100 watts, making about 21 cents a day profit. Now, if we come back into the GPU side of things, 12-cent profit, like, oh yeah, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I guess that's still more profitable than any GPU out there. So in theory, if you have your GPUs on and you don't have and you have an Aleo miner, but it's not on, I guess you'd have to give your head a shake because it's making more than more than all the GPUs. So, it makes sense to actually maybe turn it on. Hopefully, a little pumps or something because it is only 100 watts. But I don't know. I don't know. That's such a tough one. That's if you have one. Like I wouldn't go out and buy one. That's for sure. What'd you find on Bitcoin Talk? Bits, please. Is anyone CPU mining MWC Miners World Coin? It's new. I have a few rigs on it to spec mine. World Coin. Oh, Miners World. No, why was I thinking? No, World Coin's a script coin. So yeah, I don't know what Miner World Coin. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. It's not on. What are new coins here? So a quick peek. What do they got here? So obviously that one's not here. 2 days ago we got a script coin. Didn't I see this one already? Why does it say 2 days ago? I thought I seen this like a week or two ago. My Dogecoin didn't we see this one before too? Why are they saying they're only 2 and 4 days old? I'm pretty sure these are a lot older. They like restart look at current height 4100. Like what's the block time on this? 143 seconds. So let's just 86,400 divided by 143. That's 604 blocks a day. Yeah, and they're at 4153. 4153 4153 divided by 604. That's saying 6.8 days. So that's still only a week old. But I'm pretty sure I've seen this. This coin has been around a lot longer than 2 days. Like I thought it's been like a month or two for most of these. I don't know. Does this look familiar to you? I might think of something else. WorldCoin, yeah, WorldCoin is merge mining on with script and stuff. But yeah, I don't know about the coin you're referring to. Is it on our plant mining pool? Is there any of these coins on our plant? Where can I find RTM? Go to that, go to our plant. This is usually where I go to. New coins. Bitmonero added January 17th. That's just not too long ago. Random X CPU. So we have another Monero fork. Manta coin. Miners World coin right here. Added January 1st. Yeah. Oh, yes, power algo. Okay. Yes, power. Oh, yes, it's a yes power. What's it called? Variant. So yes power MWC CPU January 1st is out of here. So interesting. You sent me a song on Discord to open the stream. Oh, to open on the stream? Okay. You sent me a song to open on the stream. So let's have a look see here. I will fix you some songs. Here you are. So how can I let me see if I can hear this and then see if you guys can hear it. All right, put my headphones on. I gotta swap my thing over. You play screen share to here. Let's see. How come I can't hear it? Oh, it's going through there. Can you guys hear it? You guys can't hear it? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna download it. If it lets me, there we go. I'm gonna go to my downloads. Stream loading screen anthem. That's what it's called. So I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna come back into here. Replace screen share. Go back into Brave tabs. All right, so we're in here. So now, how would I input this? Why is it not showing this? What's going on here? Show screen share there. Boom. All right, now we're back there. Um. Whoa. Okay, now I gotta find the song again. How do I add it? How do I add scene? Maybe I gotta add scene media. Video slides. Local video. Presentations. RGMP source. No, I don't want any of that. Scene 2, delete. How can I just get it to play? Let me see here. Let me see. Downloads. Maybe if I just open it up, I'll put this in the screen. Okay, now I'll screen share this and see if it helps. Replace screen share with media player. All right. Tell me if you can hear this now. Do you hear that? Is that working? Anybody hear stuff? Still can't hear it? Huh. Well, what the heck? Why is the audio not working there? That is so messed up. Or maybe I could put my mic up to the speaker and then you can hear it. You hear my voice? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm gonna put my mic. I'm gonna put the mic up to the speaker. All right, so there's I guess some of it. If you guys could hear it through the mic. All right, let's see what we got here. Go back into here. Share screen. All right, there we go. The background is it a green screen? No, that's my room. That's my room. You don't like it? You don't like my room? Come on. It took me like hours and weeks and months to get that together. About $100,000 to get all the signs. Sounds like a kid's video. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe. It's not that clean. Yeah, I know it's not. It's not. Weak change. It's Rabid is the back end, not. But no, yeah, there is no actual green screen actually in the back. Makes me want to go buy Japanese anime stuff. Oh man, I have the same issue. I think it's a minor. Think kids cartoon 306 minor. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, I didn't. I gotta check our poll here. So 72. Let's just end poll. All right. So 72% of you guys said yes. You care about profits when mining. 16% actually said no. and 12% said in it for the tech. Now, I know some of those are probably just jokes, but for the most part, obviously, people are in it for the profits. And we had 75 votes. That's actually not too bad. Nice show up on the voting, guys. Nice. Love it. Nice, nice. 109 viewers, 64 likes. We got a slight bit more. See, look, 75 of you guys, I know you guys know how to click, and we still only have 64 likes. So I know you guys can click stuff. So click the like button. The little thumbs up guy like this. Just play Mississippi Queen. What is that? I don't know what that is. What else we got there? You have the same issues. I think it's okay. Went to the minor thing. Everything has its place. I just cannot remember where I put it. I'm in it for the tech too, but it's nice to get profits. Oh, J-Rod's in it for the tech. That's nice though. It's nice to actually, you gotta have some people that are like that. So it's nice, to have it for the tech. I obviously I love the tech and stuff also, but I can't afford to be in it for the tech. Oh, if that makes sense. Um, okay, yeah, alrighty. Let's continue on here with is there anything else going on? I don't know if there's anything else going on. I think we checked out all the newest stuff here. Profits are still trash. Chica, Virus, Iron, Darrow. Oh, it'd be nice to see $6 Darrow. Actually, what was it? $23 Darrow? Yeah, $23 Darrow, almost 24. It'd be sweet. We could see, I'd be happy with $10 Darrow. Would you guys? You guys be happy with $10 Darrow? Maybe, possibly. How's my pool doing? I gotta take a look at that situation. Oh, I got invalid hash rate issue. What is happening? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Our plant, yeah, 10. What else do we have to take a look at here? I don't think there's much more to check out, is there? Do you guys know of anything else to take a look at? Let me know. You mind for BTUs. I guess, really cold, expensive gas bills, or some people have to use oil to heat their house. That's expensive because obviously you have to get people to truck in the oil and stuff. Like I know some place on the East Coast burn oil for heat their house, so that can get pricey. So if that's the case, heating your house is obviously worth it. I actually recorded a video the other day when it was cold. I didn't get it to like the minuses in the garage, but I got it down to like +4 or something versus like 30 something to see, how much power I saved in terms of, hot rigs to cool rigs. So I have that recorded. I haven't edited or nothing yet. So that's something interesting to check out. So that's coming. But I mine Raven to heat my house. Trump pow. Didn't Trump already rug a couple coins? So I don't know if we want another Trump coin because he already rug pulled people. And because he's the president, nothing will happen. My Inta coin, but it's GPU kapow, so that's a tough spec mine. Oh yeah, for sure. Mined a couple million coins and stopped. I mined the very first block, which was nice. Wow, you nailed the first block. That's awesome. That's awesome. You'll forever be in the Minta. Minta? You'll forever be in that chain. You nailed Genesis. The tech is a hobby and the mining is for profits. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's a good way to look at it. The tech is for the hobby side. So that's just, slam on one rig or whatever else. Maybe a Bitcoin solo miner or something, something that's not going to make you go bankrupt. That I can see mining for the tech type of thing. But when you're actual mining, you built up, where maybe a bunch of GPUs or CPUs or maybe even some ASICs, you got a little farm going, you can't really run them for the tech. You're running them for mining, and that's where the profit does matter. So, yeah, that's an interesting take to look at things. Go buy quiet, then sell at 12 cents. There you go. There you go. J Rod just nailed it. I just started my node hash rate dropping over the past few days. Nice. What on what, Rud? What did Rud say? I don't know. Ultrac 89. What would you start your node on what? The evening of Raven did some damage. Oh, you're talking about Raven. Oh, you started a Raven node. So like you're solo mining to your own node? You're solo Raven mining. You're nice. That's awesome. Awesome stuff there. Mint, it's a coin mining project. Minta. Huh. I'm pulling 19,000 watts profit make. What? Northern Crypto and Tech, 19,000 watts? Wow, that's I gotta do some calculate. You have any 50 apps in there? Or are they all 30? 19,000 divided by 5,700. That's 3.3 full 30 amp breakers. 'Cause, 80% is about 5,700 watts, 7,200 for the peak. So if you're running 19,000 watts, that's essentially three 5,700 watt 30 amps and then a little more on a fourth one. So that's insane. All 30 amps. So how many 30 amps do you have altogether? At least four, for 100% safety, but maybe you're running split that. Maybe you're a little higher. I know I've ran around 6,500 watts on 30 amps before for a while, but I wouldn't recommend it. I definitely kept an eye on how warm my cables were getting. But at the same time, that's what the breaker is designed to do. The breaker should flip before you melt cables. So that's the whole design of the breaker is that it pops before your cables start to melt. If it's all set up right. Also, yeah. So you got 4x. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it makes sense. That's about right. So yeah, you got about 3.3 full limit. So you got a little bit more power to go there, but nice. 19,000 watts. It's crazy. That's insane. I only got my 130 amp going in the garage. I have half the wiring. I got almost of the wiring in. I just gotta finish up like the wiring's I was already coming from the breaker going in. I just pretty much gotta, I guess, tack up to the wall another 8 feet of wire and then put in the outlet and I'll be good for my second 30 amp there. But yeah, I'm only running the single one right now. You got 3 at 5,600 and 1 with 27. Nice, nice, nice. 3 at 56 and 1 at 27. Sweet. You made 1,300 Kwai on the first day. Nice. Yeah, whoever got into Kwai when they first turned on the soap thing, they got a lot of Kwai. Remember, like, what was it? It was like $75, $80 a day for an L9. Like, it was insane profits. The yields were huge. And, obviously, as people turned on, the profitability and stuff dropped, but it needs more script. If it got more script, I think Kwai mining would be super profitable if it got more script miners. But that's the thing when you're dealing with dedicated. This is the one thing I'm curious about Cubic. How Cubic plans on mining Doge like next, right? So how are they going to pay their miners to even get hardware on there? Because you got two things going against you when it comes to script algorithm. One, Cubic had a halving and it already melted the amount of money they can pay out to people. So they really need a price pump in order for their coin to have value to even pay miners. The second thing is Script has dedicated hash rate. You're dealing with, at pool and via BTC and EMCD, and like you got the major Bitcoin pools mining Script also. Doge is the second largest emission coin in all cryptocurrency. So you got dedicated hash rate on major pools, and you're not going to pull them away. Kwai is doing pretty decent on this. Now, Cubic's going to come in. I don't know where they're going to get any hash rate unless people that are already on Cubic, like the devs and the people running the pools, they're going to have to buy their own hardware and mine it themselves. Because I know I'm not going to be pointing my rigs there. They don't have no emissions. They have to remove their halving and possibly inflate their prices like what Kwai did to pay for it all. Because, like you said, miners aren't going to go there if there's no profit. And plus, you're not going to be pulling any of this dedicated hash off the network. So they're really the only people they're really going to try to get is us as home miners. So they need to up their game, remove their halving event, and be able to pay miners more in order to get any hash rate at all. But it's going to be interesting to see how maybe they're going to change their mind now because I think Kwai tapped out all the hash rate that Doge is going to get for another coin. So it'll be interesting. Maybe they're going to move on to a different coin, but I don't know if there's really anything else out there for them. That's as large. So it'll be interesting to see how they play all this thing out. You do have 50 amp in there. It's my welder plug. Yeah. That also 50 amps are good if you plan on running like two ASICs. That's another thing. But yeah, welders, um, m- uh, two ASICs can run off 50 amps, I believe. But then again, you move to 50 amp, your PDUs start getting way more expensive, and yeah, it's just crazy. You have 14 P106 100s. I need an update. Oh boy. Uh, it's a good thing I have a 200 amp panel. I need to upgrade my S19. Yeah, I wish I had a 200 amp panel. Mine's only 100 amp, and I'm stuck with it. As a pirate, unless I can get payouts to BTC or USDT, USDC from the pool, why would people bother with Quai, Cubic, and so on? Well, a lot of people like getting the coins. A lot of people like just getting the Bitcoin and stuff, but other people they like to just get the coin themselves, and then sometimes they swap it on their own, or other times they still just. A lot of people still do the mining and hodling. That's still a thing. I still have I still mine the coin. There's still coins out there I mine, and I just keep them in there. I don't. It doesn't really bother me about Bitcoin and stuff, especially right now. Um, when coins peak, when a coin is peaking, like Monero, when it was skyrocketing like that, yeah, that's when it's gonna start going down again. So get your payouts in Bitcoin and stuff. But we don't know if we're gonna see something pump up or some altcoin season is gonna explode here again or not. Most likely it's not. But the thing with Bitcoin is based on cycles, it's going to go down. So you're going to be losing a lot of your value right now, swapping it into Bitcoin. So obviously the stable coins would be the way to go. Now the problem with stable coins is now there's so many different regulations on things that it is crazy. Like some places won't accept USDT anymore and some places won't accept USDC. And it's changing all the time now. Like it's pretty crazy what's going on between the whole stable coin thing. And then people want to quit getting into stable coins because now, like USDT, for an example, look what happened with Venezuela or something like that, where they had a lot of their money in stable coins from crypto and stuff, from the oil and stuff. And then, the US called over the good old USDT man and said, halt all their accounts. So there's a lot of collusion going on between stable coins now and a lot of, I guess, control, which is what we don't want in crypto, right? Now, the whole purpose of crypto is to get away from, the whole control aspect there. And that's the thing with stable coins is now it looks like anybody can make a phone call and halt it all, halt the wallets, halt the stable coin so it can't move on chain once they figure people out and stuff. So that's a major issue now for a lot of people, especially when it comes to crypto people. So that's one reason why you probably want to stay away from hodling the stable coin. And the Bitcoin thing is Bitcoin most likely is going to be crashing this entire year all the way up until October till it hits the bottom again. So around there is when you want to start converting back into Bitcoin would be around October and stuff because from there you're going to start going up till the next 2029 run. So it depends how you look at things and where you want. Overall, most people probably don't care about any of that. They just want Bitcoin. So they go into Bitcoin or they just want a stable coin. They put it in their stable coin. So yeah, I don't know. That's my 2 cents on the whole situation. There's a lot of different angles to look at it. And as for myself, I still just mine the coin and keep the coin until something possibly might happen or something on it. I'm still the traditional miner. Put it in your agenda. 1 October buyback in BTC. There you go. Well, yeah, exactly. That should be the thing. But again, so many people keep talking about the 2026 super cycle. Things are going to explode. It's going to be insane, unlike you've ever seen. And every cycle is unlike you've ever seen because Bitcoin continues to go higher. So, oh yeah, well, we went higher this year, so it is a new parabolic, insane thing. Oh. I thought I had some buffering there or something for a second. So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But for the other part is like 2021, everyone said there's a super cycle and it's different this time. And it turned out to be exactly the same. Now, for everyone saying it's different this time, I'm still curious. Why did Bitcoin peak at the exact time it should have peaked based on the cycles? Like, oh, this happened. Who cares why it happened? That's another thing. Ignore the world. It happened at the time it was supposed to happen. Who cares why? It happened. So, who cares why Bitcoin's going to crash? But it's going to happen according to the cycle. So many people keep now declaring the cycles are over. Everyone was declaring that on 2021 as well that the cycles are over, but there is still zero proof that any cycle is broken because it is doing exactly what it always does during all the cycles. So until there's actual proof that something is actually different this time, I'm still going with the cycle. So we'll just have to wait and see, what happens throughout the summer and stuff with Bitcoin. Then we'll have an idea of if the cycle's different or not. Because right now I'm still basing it on traditional crypto cycles. But if we start to see Bitcoin explode, sometime in a few months, then maybe something could be different this time. But until that happens, we have no clue. So I'm still sticking with the traditional cycle method right now. And then until I actually see it do something different. All we really see out there that's different, and it's not even different. We just see this guy says this. This guy says that. Oh, this is going to the moon. This is doing that. Oh, that guy says it's a super cycle. This is going to go parabolic. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? We need to actually see it. And right now, I'm not seeing nothing except traditional cycles. uh, anyway, but what would be stablecoin or silver gold tokens? But would be stablecoin or silver gold tokens? Yeah, I don't know. I know gold's going up quite a bit right now, but usually I don't know. I seen an article the other day, and gold goes up usually when there's uncertainty in the world. And obviously, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. Everything's just going crazy, absolutely crazy everywhere. So people don't know what's going to happen, in the future. So we see people getting gold because gold is just the standard where things are. So we're seeing gold hit new all-time highs now. Once things probably stabilize, I think what maybe the super cycle that people are talking about is possibly once things if things stabilize. Like, I don't think anything's ever stabilized. The world continues to get worse and worse, not better. But I think they're hopeful is once things stabilize, that money will come out of gold and maybe go into other markets. And most, as we follow the crypto side, are hoping it goes into Bitcoin or something. But whether that happens, who the heck knows? I'm hoping LTC pops. It should be tight up there with F. I hope, we need F to just crater because who knows, like whatever. But I think it'd be nice to see ETC pop. It'd be amazing to see Ethereum Classic do its thing. It's never done anything yet. Ergo usually pumps. It didn't do anything yet. So some of these coins that usually always also pump are not pumping. What's going on there? So I think it'd be nice to see ETC and Ergo do something. That would definitely be worthwhile. But again, we don't know. Silver, yeah, silver's at an all-time high. Didn't gold hit like 2 or 3 all-time highs over the past 2 weeks? Silver's up. That's what I mean. Like all these other things, all the money is flowing to gold and silver and possibly maybe even a bit of copper. I'm not sure, but it's going to these resources because of the unstableness in the world. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward. What do we got? I still have my small ETC bag. Yeah, I got a little bit of ETC as well. Nothing major, but hoping enough to say, okay, come on, do something, please. Over 141 Canadian an ounce right now. Nice. Wow. That's crazy. Like silver is like what Litecoin price used to be. Was that a while ago? $1 RTN. That'd be amazing. 20, 50 cent, 75 cent, $1 Raptorium. All those would be pretty awesome. Speaking of Raptorium, I got another I got the rest of my coins. So now I gotta look into the wallet and stuff and see if the stuff is there. Because as we know, Raptorium released a new wallet. I do want I got enough coins for another node, so I want to set up a node through the new wallet and see how it works. But I'm not 100% sure if the new wallet can do it yet. And yeah, I just got to look into it and figure out how the wallet works, 100% still. But that's what something I want to do. I have the coin sitting there waiting for another node. I just got to get it all together because the new wallets, remember, as you talked when Yeti was here last week or the week before, um, yeah, it's supposed to be super easy now, just like click, click. You don't have to do all the copy and pasting and all the commands and knowing all your fee wallets and all this stuff that you used to have to do when setting up your own full node. Now it's just pretty much automated. So we'll check it out. I'm still under your unminable bonus code Rabid. Do they still pay you? Um, I think it depends on the coin. You know what? I'm going to have to check. I don't know. I gotta figure out what wallet that was on too. I think it's for Bitcoin. Click Bitcoin. My Bitcoin. Oh man, what's my Bitcoin address? I'm not sure. Do they have a referral section? Referrals. I gotta put in my address to even see them. Okay. Okay, where is my Bitcoin address? I think if I find my Bitcoin Umbrel node, I should be able to bring that up. 165 public pool. There it is. Copy. Hopefully, this is the one I actually used. I don't know if this is the address I used or not. All right, let's find out. Paste. That's my code. It doesn't say. All right, just give me see your stats. Oh, what's this? Um, okay, it must not be this address because it's showing me 0. I'll have to go through and look. I must have used a different address. Oh, I probably used my ledger address. Hold on. I gotta find my crypto address now for Bitcoin. I know you guys can't see anything screen. I don't have it up, but I'm trying to check. Trying to check this out. So where is all my addresses? Crypto addresses where? Lost. It's all lost. There we go. It doesn't want to open. There it goes. Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin? Oh crap. I got too many. All right. So there's Tandem. Newton. Let's go Ledger. Let's try the Ledger wallet. Copy. All right. See if this wallet does anything. Back. This wallet. Oh, I got something here. Referrals. Stats. All right. Yeah, it looks like we got something here soon, referrals. Last seen 4 minutes ago. 1, 2. Looks like there's 9 people still on from it, I think. Yeah, 4 minutes ago. Total balance, sum of mining. Wow, referrals have equaled 3.4 Bitcoin. Thanks, guys. I'm just kidding. It's nowhere near that. Oh, I wish. I wish. No, that's what is it? 0.000148. So what is that? 0.00148. Referrals. 0.000148 times price of Bitcoin is 86,653. 86,653. So $12 total balance. $12 in however many years. So interesting. And I don't know how much of that is actually left. I don't know if I sold it a long time ago or what. That's just from everything. Uh, yeah. So I don't know. I'd actually have to check the wallet, see whatever's in there. But yeah, down 5% in one day. What's down 5% one day? BTC had all-time high before the halving. This is different. You can't ignore that. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about cycle all-time high. Who cares when one all-time high broke the other all-time high? The point is when the peak of Bitcoin, cycle peak, happened exactly when it should have happened. Let's just look at that. Let's look at Bitcoin right now, actually, and show you cycle peak to cycle peak. I don't care about when it broke, though. And I always talk about cycle peaks of Bitcoin because that's all that matters. What is the highest that Bitcoin hit for that cycle? Just because it broke an all-time high before, that wasn't the peak of Bitcoin. We're talking peak to bottom. That's the only numbers that matter when it comes to Bitcoin. Obviously, you want to try to sell closest to the top, and you want to try and buy closest to the bottom. Those are the only two parts that matter when it comes to Bitcoin, right? So let's go to the all here, and we can see. Let's go 2017. Is that right here? What's this? No, it's 2021. So let's go here. So we see 2021, 2017. We can see December. This is when Bitcoin peaked in 2017. It was in December, peak. 4 years later, it peaked again. Actually, we can also say, let's break this down even farther. Here we can see the peak happened in December of 2017, and now we're saying, look at this. The bottom usually happens 1 year from the peak on Bitcoin. So now let's look 1 year later. So we're going to look in December of 2018, and here is the bottom of Bitcoin. And look at that. December 2018 was the bottom of Bitcoin. Okay, that's a coincidence. It don't mean nothing. That's jack. Anybody can figure that out. Okay, well, how come you guys didn't figure it out for 2021? Let's look at 2021. 4 years later, here's the peak. It happened in November, 1 month sooner. November, and if we look at a year later here, now let's just jump in. So now we're looking at the bottom to probably be 1 year later, around there. It doesn't have to be, because we're seeing we're at the start here, November 8th. So it could be maybe the end of October, maybe later on in November. But around November of 2022, we should see a bottom. Let's see here. Oh, here's a bottom. Oh, look at that. November 2022. Bottom of Bitcoin. Oh, that's a coincidence. That won't happen. So now we're seeing 1 month sooner and stuff. So that means for 2025, we should possibly see the all-time high of the cycle in October. So what happens this cycle? We have a peak here. It shoots up, and look at that. Oh, wow. October, Bitcoin peaked? No way. 1 month sooner, 4 years later. So we're still basing it on the same thing. The bottom of Bitcoin should be about 1 year later. So around October of this year, we should see the bottom of Bitcoin. Now, the second thing is, what could the price be? Oh, I don't know. We're in a super cycle. The bottom is going to be at $1 million for all we know, because this is going to the moon, right? Wrong. That's what people want your exit liquidity to tell you. Anyway, so look at this. Usually Bitcoin falls around 75% or something of the all-time high. So let's just take a look here. So we can see 67,549, and it dropped to about 15,000. So let's just kind of, and when we did this one, this calculation here, I guessed that it'd fall to maybe around 16, 17,000. I said that around here, we'll probably see around 16, 17,000 Bitcoin. And look at 15. There's only a couple $1,000s off the bottom, which is pretty crazy. And I guess that in this area right here. So let's just take a look. If we go 67,549, and we times that by let's say, I don't know, 76%. So that's 51,000. So we kind of got to go the opposite here. So 51,000, 76% drops it down 51,000. So let's just subtract 51,300. 51,300, so that's about 16,000 in there. So rough estimate. So we can see here that 74% dropped that down to about 76, 77%. I can't remember what it is, but we can see 16,000 something. You see that? It's a focus in there for you guys. Let me just try and focus that there. See? So about 16,000. So, about 76, 74%. Usually it drops a little bit less each time. So we're going to go 74% or something. So now let's look at this. So we got a peak here of about 124,000. Actually, the real peak was what? 126, which we can see here. So let's go 126,198. Now I'm going to times that by around, let's say 74%. So, oh crap, I hit the delete button. 126, 198. Now I'm going to times that by 0. Let's go 74%. So that is a $93,386 drop. So we're going to drop this 93,386. So subtract 93,386. That is saying, wow, that's crazy. That's actually saying $32,000 Bitcoin. Look at that's saying $32,000 Bitcoin if we see a 74% drop from the peak to the bottom. And, that's less because last time it dropped 76%. That was based, this is based off 74%. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty low, but we've seen it happen before. And that's where I raised it up a bit. I'm saying $40,000 to $50,000, but we could see as low as in the 30s. So that's where we're thinking end of October this year, we could see as low somewhere in the 30s. I'm thinking more of $40,000 to $50,000 Bitcoin, but based on everything in the past around October of this year, we could see Bitcoin as low as $40,000 or $50,000. Does that kind of make sense? Now, obviously, it's the different this time, and it's different, and everything else is happening, and that's impossible. It's never going to drop that much, and it's done it every single time, and there's no proof that anything is different this time because it's doing everything exactly as it should be. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The pirate says if BTC goes to 37K, I'll be all in. So yeah, and like I'm not saying it's gonna go to 30 something. I'm still 40 to 50K, I think would be a safe bet. Obviously, it's gonna go down. No, 40K is still really good. 50K is still good because after that, who knows what we're gonna see in 2029? It's gonna be more of an all-time high than it is this time. So we could see 150 to 200K Bitcoin, from 40 to 50K to 200. That's like a 3-4x. Each time we don't see as big as a climb either. Obviously, the 2017 run would have made you a lot more money than the 2021 did. And the 2021 run made more money than the 2025. So it's not getting, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x's as much. The x's are dropping more and more in between each cycle, meaning the Bitcoin pumps are actually slowing down as time goes by, but we're seeing a lot higher all-time highs. If that makes sense, kind of what's going on there, and remember, like, I don't know crypto. I'm just like, you can be a day trader, you can follow, oh, it's going this line does that line, Batman head, and Bitcoin moon following it to call the Batman and doing all this crazy stuff. Well, the lines everywhere, that's good for day trade and stuff, but zoom out, look at the full picture. You only need to make 2 trades a year in theory. Think about it. Why stress yourself out every day over everything when you only need 2 trades a day? Everyone's always like, oh, I DCA. Well, I'm even DCAing on the way down because it's going to go back up. Just wait. Like, I don't know, it's not financial advice or anything like that, but the cycles have proven that they're doing everything exactly the same. And so far, nothing is different. So, try to save some money instead of DCAing each week. Try to save money. I know that's hard, but we just talked about, who cares about $500 jeans and all this other stuff? Just save. And then when it hits the bottom, which I'm guessing is around October here, then buy all the Bitcoin. And then wait another, till 2029. Wait till 2029 based on that. In theory, should be September will be the peak. Will it be that early? I have no idea, but we'll just have to wait and see. But based on that, it should be around September will be the peak of Bitcoin. Maybe it'll be October again, but we don't know. But 2029 will be the peak of Bitcoin again. So sell it in 2029. Wait a year, buy more back again. Just 2 trades every 4 or 5 years. Every 4 years, I guess, is all you need. So, don't be stressed out. Don't be going, oh, this up, out, that, and don't fall into all the crap about how it's going to keep going up when it's not. So, I don't know, not financial advice, but that's my 2 cents. That's how I see how the whole market and stuff has been working, at least for Bitcoin. When it comes to altcoins, I have no freaking clue. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down, sometimes they go sideways, sometimes they get rug pulled. I have no idea what's going on with those. Those things are absolutely insane. Frogman buying $500 jeans. I wish. I see. See, don't say I wish. You don't need them because you can get the same pair for $20 somewhere else. Oh man. Watch the beginning of the stream when we kind of went through that. We're being groomed as a consumer from a very young age. And people think they need this stuff to be, to fit in, to whatever. You don't need crap. You don't need none of that crap at all. Miners dictate the price. That is what that price shows. Miners dictate the price. Not necessarily, because miners can't really dictate anything anymore because the emissions are so low. Bitcoin emissions are low, so miners don't really have a say in what happens to the Bitcoin price anymore, especially after the next halving when a block's only going to be like one. Like miners can't do anything at that point. At the same time, miners is the only way that the coins actually get distributed. So you got to remember, miners play a huge role in all cryptocurrencies. As much as some chains say miners are just selling all their coins, no. But miners just selling all their coins are driving us to zero. No, see, that's not the case. Miners are distributing the coins. Distributing. Miners receive the new block rewards. That's how more coins are minted through the miners in proof of work. When they sell their coin, that's when it goes to investors, to everybody else. And we need miners to hodl. Stop selling your coins. Stop dumping. Well, if people want your coin, they will go to your coin. Do you want 5 people with massive bags ready to rug pull your chain? Or do you want 500 million people with small bags, waiting for something to happen on your chain because they want your coin and chain? That's what miners do. They distribute the coins between all these other wallets, not just all the miners hodling, then no one else. If every miner hodled a coin they mined and they never sold, then no one else has coins except for miners. So, if that's good for your chain, that's not good for your chain. That is when miners dictate the price of your coin. So yeah, I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? How that kind of works here? People that blame miners for their price of their coin going down, they don't know what they're talking about. They the reason your coin is going down because nobody gives a I don't have my button ready there, but nobody cares about your coin. That's why it's going down. People are dumping your coin. You're not living up to the expectations you promised people. Look at Kaspa. Nobody cares about Kaspa. The only people that care about Kaspa are the ones that are in it for the tech. Network hash rate's down to 300 and some petahash now from 1.5 exahash. There's no miners left on Kaspa because they thought it was a good idea to have super fast emissions. They thought, okay, once we get down to no emissions, all the coins are gone, then people, price will go up because it's so hard to get our coin. No, people don't care about your coin, so they don't want your coin, so the price isn't going up. So, and now the miners are leaving. It's getting more and more acceptable to getting attacked. It's also getting more acceptable to being centralized. Just Marathon Mining is probably the only one mining Kaspa at this point anymore. So they're getting all the emissions and they're just dumping it for Bitcoin. So somehow they think that is awesome and decentralized and helping their chain out when it has 100% negative effects on them. So like I said, I don't know why people, the Kaspa Maxi, they're like, this is awesome. Marathon's mining our coin. Yeah, and they're selling it for Bitcoin because they don't care about Kaspa. That is not a good thing. Not a good thing. So, there's that going on. And, if miners or if investors want your coin, they will go get your coin. Monero was delisted off all the top exchanges. It was still on Kraken, I believe it was decent, but it was delisted from pretty much everywhere. Binance, all of them. And guess what? It's still surged to the moon. Sure, maybe a hack happened here from Bitcoin or that there. It doesn't matter. Point is, they went to the coin. They got the coin because they wanted the coin. And it skyrocketed, it surged. So, it's not miners' issues why a coin is falling. It's the coin's issues. And the other thing is the deflationary thing. I know that has been it's still true, obviously, deflationary, but that's only working for Bitcoin. If you really think about it and look at coins, they all have the same excuses for everything. We're deflationary. We're going to have a halving. Now, Bitcoin has the halving. It was the first coin. It was the OG. And then ever since then, it's like everyone just started forking. Raven coin is a fork of Bitcoin. All these coins are pretty much forks of Bitcoin. Maybe, Bitcoin Cash obviously forked and they changed some stuff. And then maybe a coin forked Bitcoin Cash. And then maybe something else happened and they forked that coin and someone forked that. And then, we have Ravencoin now and someone forked Ravencoin. Really, if you follow the chain up, it's all coming from Bitcoin. That's why having events and stuff are built into the chain. They change the emissions around a little bit, the coins and the algorithm, but overall it is the exact same thing. And they just leave in the halving events. And okay, yeah, we have a halving event because it's deflationary. They're using the same arguments for everything, and it's not doing anything. Look at now we have Quai, which changed the game because they're pulling in money from other places, but they increased their emissions. Miners like, why do you even have a halving? Look what happened in the last halving for Ravencoin. The price continued to go down, and miners had to leave even faster rate. So first of all, if the price maintains the same level and you have a halving event, 50% of your miners have to leave to maintain the same no profit level. Curious, I did say no profit level because there was like no profit before their last halving. So now, if it maintains the same price, halving event kicks in. Now you're even more acceptable to attacks because half your miners have to leave just to bring it back to the no profit level where it previously was. Now the price continues to go down. That halving has no effect of it going up. Now you have increased acceptable to security risks there for 51% of tax and stuff, on top of miners leaving even more because now the price is going down. This is not helping any other coin other than Bitcoin. So I think the next coins that really look into their blockchain, if they want to be proof of work, they really need to think about miners and their security and being able to pay them. And that's the thing that miners need as well. That no one's paying miners anymore after Ethereum went to proof of stake. So it's just crazy out there. So now we have Quai, who, like I said, they went from their normal emissions. They actually increased their emissions fivefold, so 5 times. And that gave incentive to miners to come on board to mine also these other chains. On top of that, they're pulling value from the other chains, bringing it into Quai, which causes price increases on Quai and keeps on bringing in more miners. Now we're seeing a different stuff. Awesome, but that, well, not awesome. That sucks, but we're seeing that happen. So, it's not always about being deflationary. That I think is hurting a lot of coins and they're just slowly dying. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the situation. Jockwick Miner, I've been in the space just over 4 years, made nothing in money, but learned a crap load of stuff. Gonna now think myself as a newbie and see. That's interesting. 4 years, like you've been in like the blockchain side of things, Jockwick Miner, like working with a coin or on a coin or with it. That's actually a cool aspect. Like I don't know nothing about all the in between and what they actually do. That would be some information that would be wicked to know about, so you can have better understanding. Because I could just be making this is just my opinion, but like I don't have all the information to further explore my opinion without seeing all the insides of the blockchain and stuff, right? So that's there. I'm just talking from a mining side of things right now and how it doesn't seem to be working for coins when you keep having all these halvings and miners have to leave. Run BIP 110 or Bitcoin will die. BTC is like gold. You hold it and it can be used to provide liquidity to assets, but altcoins will become more widely used for consumables. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because, well, I know Bitcoin has a lightning network and stuff like that, which does speed things up quite a bit. Um, Kaspa, has the ability to do a lot of this payment stuff because of its speed, but yeah, I don't know. It's when it comes to crypto payment cards and stuff, now it just seems like everyone's moving to a stable coin anyway. For that, they're not actually using the blockchain. So I don't know. There's a lot of learning still going. I think crypto is still a long, long ways from adaptability and acceptability, especially how like people are getting scammed left, right, and center just from a simple phone call of lies, and people think it's true. So imagine people like that fall easily to scams. Like crypto is still too hard for the vast majority of the population to understand to use. So until it gets a lot easier for people to use, I think that adaptability is still a long ways away till we see actual adoption. Quite faster than Kaspa? Interesting, I didn't know that. I know that I kinda saw them arguing about some things like sharding. I know there's still some stuff Kwai is adding, or maybe they have added that's not known much yet, like, a lot of their I think it was they called it sharding. I don't know if it's the same sharding as Ethereum and stuff, but they got some other stuff going on. I don't know if that speeds up the confirmations or the chain or how that works, but yeah, like, there's they're supposed to be pretty darn fast, yeah. Shard. Yeah, I know. Here we go. We're laughing at the sharding stuff again. Oh, I remember we first started bringing up and talking about sharding on F and stuff, and everyone was saying, haha, sharding. You said sharding. But yeah, I don't know. What do we got there? Andy CD Green. Can you, what is that? Explain to me as a CPU mining noob the effects of emission in relation to block reward amounts in a 24-hour period. ETI Atika is one of them that is confusing me. So overall, when it comes down, break it down to a nutshell. Emissions is how much the coin pays out for in a day. You probably know that. And it comes down to block times and the price of the coin and block rewards. So there's 86,400 seconds in a day, right? So, I always used to forget that. I always have to look it up, but because I started doing the calculations like every day, that number is stuck and engraved in my head. But just so you guys know, in case you wanted to look it up, there is 86,400 seconds in a 24-hour period. So if we come into here for an example, and like I don't know, let's take Zeph for an example. It could be anything, but we're gonna go to Zeph. And sometimes it tells you their emissions right here of the coin. But in this case, sometimes it doesn't. That's what we want. We want to know the emissions of a coin and then the network hash rate because that can give us an idea if it's profitable or not. So here's the big thing. We need the emissions. So like let's say Zeph right now, 86,400. I'm going to divide that by the average block time. In this case, it's 2-minute block times or 120 seconds. Here, can you see that right there? We're going to divide 86,400 seconds by 120 seconds. That gives us 720 blocks per day or per 24 hours. Same thing. So now we got to figure out what is the block reward. So now we're going to take a look. We're just going to go to a pool here. We're going to come into here. Let's go to Hero Miners, go to blocks. We can see when a confirmation on blocks. We can see about 4.7 is their block here. So we can see 4.7 is his F block. So now we have 720 blocks being found a day. I'm going to times that by 4.7. So that is 3,384 blocks being found in a 24-hour period. Now we have 3,384, not blocks, coins being found in a 24-hour period because this is your block reward. We were getting 720 blocks a day. That works out to be 3,384 coins per day. So now we're going to times that by the price of Zephyr. And right now it looks like the price of Zeph is about 71 cents. So we're going to times that by 0.71. That is $2,402 a day. So now you have Zeph based on the current price paying out $2,400 a day. Now you have 90 mega hash worth of hash rate fighting for $2,400. So all the miners on Zeph right now, so this is saying 1,900 miners. Now I don't know if this is just counting workers. I'm assuming this is counting workers because that seems like a lot of miners for only $2,400. But now you as a miner are competing for $2,400. So 90 mega hash for $2,400. It's not bad, but it's not great. You can kind of see how that works. Now, how would that change out? So remember, $2,400 is what we're making right now. So how would the block time change that? So faster blocks, slower blocks, all sorts of things. So say you were getting 240 blocks or second block time. So that means we're finding half as many blocks. So now we go from 720 down to like, what is that, 360 blocks a day? So that would drop from $2,400 down to only $1,200 a day on Zeph because the block time now is so much slower. So that kind of makes sense on how things matter in terms of it. So Atika, you said, Atika's a tough one. And I used to have that worked out, and I don't know what it is anymore because you can't see Atika's block or let's just go in here. Let's go to ETI. Yeah, they don't show the block rewards here. We go to the pool here, they just have this. I don't yeah, they don't show. Um, yeah, I don't think. Download token miner, dot miner. I don't think they show their block rewards. So that's what made this one hard. I got it before, but I don't know where I got it from. It might have been their Discord asking someone. It's in their FAQ. ATI system work. Where is um yeah, I don't know. I don't see a block reward. But I do know the chain is really slow. That's oh, it's not even saying now what it is for block time. Average block time it says 0 seconds. But I'm pretty sure it's a slower block chain. We can see there's not much hash on it. But yeah, so that's in summary what the emissions, to figure out the emissions and how that works and block reward in conjunction with all that. Compared to the 21 million that F was rewarding each day, 21 million, and that was the low. Yeah, that was the low. Actually, what was the high here? I have that in my spreadsheet. Let's take a look at Ethereum's emissions. I'll go to GPU here somewhere, wherever you are, GPUs. Share this tab instead. Yeah, here I got Ethereum when it's down there. So when Ethereum's price was $4,600, Ethereum was actually paying $62.2 million per day, per 24 hours to its GPU miners. That's per day. Like, that's high. Like, I don't even know I don't even think Bitcoin got that high at its peak. Let's take a look here. Um, our plant. Where do I have? Stop this. OX pool. I don't have it anymore. Okay, I have to go back to my pool stats. Bitcoin, like Bitcoin right now, we can see is only at $25 million a day. Yeah, 25. So let's just see what was Bitcoin's emissions as peak. Average block time right now is 919 seconds, so 86,400. Actually, we can see right here about 293 Bitcoin in emissions. So 293, I'm going to times that by what, 126,000. So so Bitcoin at the peak this cycle was $36.9 million when Bitcoin was at 126,000. And we can see Ethereum here in 2021 was paying 62 million, almost double of what Bitcoin, no, not quite double, almost about 80-90% more than what Bitcoin was paying out to the largest mining farms per day. Like, that is insane. That's why this was such a huge deal here when it came down to it. Pretty massive. We can see the hash rate here. Like, I don't even know what this is in hashes. It hit I think it hit a petahash or higher. Let me just take a look here. I think it hit mega hash, gigahash, chat. Yeah, I think it hit a petahash. Yeah, I think S at like a peak hit like 1.1 petahash or 1.02 or something like that. But it slightly went over 1 petahash of hash rate from GPUs and stuff, which is insane. That's so much hash rate when it came to that. Like, it had over 10 million GPUs, and that was only at 70 or 80%. Because remember, we had ASICs at the time. There's a big thing about how much is ASIC hash rate, how much is GPUs. There's many GPUs, it's mostly ASIC. And it turned out that 70-80% of the network hash rate was indeed GPU miners. There was not very many ASICs on Ethereum. Obviously, if Ethereum was still around today, it'd all be ASICs. I don't even know if it'd be profitable, honestly. It might be making a little bit on CPUs, on GPUs, but honestly, if Ethereum was still mineable today, it would most likely be ASIC. We'd be buying Jazz miners for probably $50,000 because they'd be so profitable and stuff. But a hash rate would be exploding. All those jazz miners would be making so much money, it'd be insane. Like, how much would like, let's just get an idea here. Like, how much would the jazz miner be making? But like, well, we can't really look back in time at that. So, but yeah, anyway, we have here, we can see 61 mega hash. Here we have $4 a day on at the peak here. Yeah, at the peak here when it was $4,600, $4 a day, $3.99 for a 3060 Ti. That's 61 mega hash worth of hash rate here. So yeah, this is in mega hash here. So yeah, $3.99 what they're making. Now when it was first coming up, it was only $1,600 here. You can see it was paying 21 million out. Here's when the network hash rate was at 8.5. It was only paying $1.56. And this is before power costs, but that's where it is. And then F 4 years ago, F pump. What is this? Price 3,900. What was it? F4 Assyria this time 4 years ago. Oh yeah. So here we have F 4 years ago. It was only $480, paying 6.4. But look how low the network hash rate is. And here's how much here's 61 mega hash, $1.38. But look at the hash rate was so low. Look at the increase in hash rate. Boom. Just exploded. But look at the difference in emissions between the two. It's like it's just crazy. There's no like Ethereum was huge. When it came to mining, Ethereum was huge. There's no denying it. Like that was insane. Absolutely insane. Andy Clean, thank you. I will now consider myself educated. No problem. Hopefully that helped answer your question. Since asked to proof of the S word there, all the other proof of work coins haven't even come close to 5% of the S emissions at the low. And it never was. It never was. Ever. The only reason, like, let's take a look at this, dude. I gotta find come into here. I just want to bring up content from my old videos. We looked at this a while ago. Share this tab. So here's some of my old videos. Like here's my very first video. That's crazy. My very first video was CryptoMine 2020, mining with my game PC. So my very first video was CPU mining and GPU mining. Well, everyone's GPU mining. I'm talking about CPUs here also. Very first video on YouTube. That's awesome. Only 570 people thought it was awesome at the time, though. Anyway, 48-hour profits on the gaming PC, XLI Raven, CryptoMine 5600, 120, 240 volt probe, Hive OS versus Windows. This is when actually, I remember this Hive OS, like there was actually a difference in hash rate between Hive and Windows at the time. Now I think it's all the same, but how to mine Raven coin, GPU mining consumption on my 2 rigs. Here's RX 570s, 580s. So I wonder, I probably have some profitability and stuff in there. So I think it was this one, 48-hour profits. Is it this? I just want to bring this up.
Hey everyone, welcome to Rabid.
Update. Yeah. What to mine? Let's just take a peek here. Like, look at this. Look at Kapow. Here's Kapow right here. Can you guys see that okay? Not really, huh? Let me see. I can make that bigger. And I might be able to. Is this one? No, I don't want that. I'll go like this. There. Oh, I don't want that. So here we can see kind of Kapow. What is this? 2070 to 2080 Ti. No, what do I have in here for a hash rate? Kapow. Where the heck is it? 18 mega hash. So I'm not sure. What is that? Like 12060 KO or something, I think. So we can see, look at $1.35, $1.14. We can see 62 coins a day. We're getting 62 coins a day mining Raven coin at the time on a single 2060. Network hash rate 2.06 terahash. What's the hash rate right now? What is Raven coin's hash rate right now? Raven coin hash rate, 2 miners. Raven coin hash rate right now is 5 terahash. 5 terahash right now on Raven coin. And it's garbage. There's no emissions, no nothing. Now, how much? I want to go into what to mine right now, actually. What to mine? Let's go to what to mine right now. I want to go into Kapow GPUs. Get rid of that. Let's just go Kapow 18 mega hash. Let's just do then to now. 18 mega hash at how many? What's the power here? 130 watts. 130 watts. All right, calculate that. Even then, I had it on 10-cent power, I believe. Oh, I had it on 6.8-cent power. Crap! Why? Why? Oh, yeah, because I didn't know how my power worked at the time. That's right. So I'm gonna have to go 0.068 just to compare the things. Okay, we're just gonna go to this. Oh crap! I gotta turn all the other ones off. Off, 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 off. Get there. There we go. Kapow. Here's all the Kapow. So here's Raven coin. Raven. So 6. We're getting 6 coins right now. You're only getting 6 coins, where here we were getting friggin' 62 coins. Only 2.8 terahash. Remember, before the halving and everything went through, we're making about $1.35, $1.14 after power. Now, the major thing here is because Ethereum was making all these other coins profitable. You're like, well, how? How is Ethereum making these coins profitable? Because all the hash rate was going in to that. Like, look at this. Like, we only had 2 terahash on Rhine as Ravencoin here, and we had way higher emissions. We had way more profitability, but nobody was mining it because everyone was buying rigs and putting it on Ethereum. Now we can see right here. You can see, look at the network hash rate, 5.32, and we're only getting 6 coins a day. Like, we have all the halvings come in, we have way more hash rate, we're hardly getting any coins, but people are still mining it because there's nothing else to mine. Look, it's only making 4 cents, 17 cents. Ethereum was keeping all the other coins profitable. And before POS came alive, these are things I was bringing to light. I remember bringing, I'm curious, what if I can find any of those videos actually? Effects of F. Ethereum. I don't know what. I don't remember when I went to POS. Ethereum is gone. What GPU's line is looking like now? Kaspa has Ethereum level. What? Kaspa? What is going on here? 2020. Extra double. Too much power for my liking. New Ethereum miners. AZK11. I can't find it. Shadow merge next week. I don't know. I can't find it. Great hash rate migration. Test prep. I can't remember. I gotta find that video again. Maybe I'll record a video on that. But for the most part, though, it's like I did the numbers here, basing it off, all the network hash rate and what things are looking like, and it was showing that Ethereum, that all of a sudden we're gonna go from $1 something on Ravencoin down to negative, 10 cents, 15 cents and stuff based on guessing how much hash rate will come in and stuff. And everyone's like, no, not going to happen. That's impossible. GPU mine is still going to be profitable. Ethereum doesn't matter. It'll just be a bit less big deal. And look what happened after Ethereum disappeared. Everything went straight negative, like instantly, because there's nowhere else for GPUs to go. There's so much hardware flooding in, and from a coin that was paying $64 million. $64 million a day. And now, like, what do we have for coins for GPU side? Like, seriously? Let's look at the emissions here. Like, Blake 3. Is this GPU? Like, I don't even know what Decred is. Decred, that's probably ASIC. That's ASIC, Xano, Prog Pow Z. So maybe Xano you can mine. It's got emissions of $12,000. Awesome. You know, we got Raven coins, only $11,000 now. No, nothing on Digibyte there. Zealous you can mine, but it's got 5,000. Like, there's no money being thrown out to GPUs anymore. The top coins are all ASIC and CPU. We got Monero. This is CPU mining right here. It's 192,000. You know, we got ASICs. I don't know what this is. Is this a GPU echo hash? Or is this an ASIC echo hash? I don't even know. And we got ASIC. Here we got GPUs here. So here's 12,000, 11,000. You know, Zealous 5,000, but it's also mixed in with GPUs. What else do we got? Cuckoo 32. So this has ASICs, but some GPUs are on it. Nexa, I believe, is ASICs at this point, or about to be hit with ASICs. So that's not even GPU. Like, there's no money out there for GPUs anymore, and it really sucks. It's horrible. Raven 5 terahash, really big. Yeah, 5 terahash. I can imagine that. 24-hour stream today. Sweet. No, we're not doing a 24-hour stream today. I got to wrap this up soon, but all these things keep popping in my head, and then I have to keep talking about them. So, yeah, but it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wow, we have been here for 2 hours and 6 minutes. I'm pretty sure I just looked at the time and it said an hour and a couple minutes. And then we went into this, and it is late. Holy crap. Yeah, it's getting late, guys. That's insane. But yeah, so things are insane. Look how different GPU mining is. And I don't even know. I want to get all this information I was kind of talking about. I think this would be an interesting video to kind of put together to show before then. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Kind of what we went through today is like how like the money from before to now, you know, the emissions of coins versus now, what Raven coin example looked like then compared to now, and you know, some of the other coins. I think that would be an interesting video if I can go back and find all my old. That's why I like to do monthly profit videos and stuff, like state of crypto mining and stuff, because you get an idea every month. You have an idea of what things are looking like, and then you can go back and see, okay, this was good, this sucked, this is good, this sucked, and then all of a sudden, oh, now this is good. Look how bad it used to be, or look how good it used to be, and look how bad it is now. It just gives more information that we can look back on and reflect on, and give us ideas of what the future could be looking like and things like that. So yeah, interesting stuff. GPU, just Zealous mine. Yeah, I really hope Zealous takes off. I really do, because they're privacy based, right? Am I right? Yeah, Zealous is privacy based. You can mine them on both GPUs and CPUs. Now it's still dominated by the 170, which sucks. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. No, it's a big letdown. Just kidding. Yeah, well, it is a letdown. It does suck. But hopefully, we still need more GPU miners to quit, or we need something to really explode on the forefront. But yeah, I don't know. Buck of Miner says, yeah, for sure. The journey, F to POS. We all went to Ergo. That sucked it. Then what? Spec mining, Kaspa. And yeah, for sure. Early Kaspa. Yeah. Like, I never really did get in on the early Kaspa thing. And obviously, looking back, a lot of us wish we did, but we didn't. But yeah, interesting stuff there. Anyway, guys, so yeah, we have been here for quite some time. I thank everyone for showing up to this live stream. Looks like we got 87 viewers, 88 likes. Oh no, I hit a button, so I don't know what was happening in the Twitch chat the whole time. So I gotta go over there right quick. No audio here. I hear it. 10-cent Raptor, 10-cent Neoxa. Mexi delisted Neoxa the other day. Oh, really? Mexi delisted their moms? Okay. That is sadness. I have 4,000 worth of Neoxa on iNodes before they shut down. Hate to see a coin with such potential get dumped. Yeah, that sucks. Well, Neoxa, that sucks that it got delisted from XC. But as for the iNodes thing, it's not Neoxa's fault for iNodes. iNodes, like, they got nailed with a super huge bill, and they just couldn't afford to upgrade it anymore without probably taking 90% of everybody's node earnings. And obviously, people wouldn't want to have nodes there if that was the case. So yeah, very interesting. It is kind of sad, everything that's going on in the whole market. Oh, Mr. Red Panda Mining's in the house. What do you mean that sucks? I have all 170 HXs. Get wrecked. Yeah, can you send half of those to me, please? Actually, don't. I don't even think I want to turn them on. Let me take a look at this again. Let's take a look at this again. GPUs. 12-cent power. Remember, Panda has cheap power, but 12-cent power. Where's the 170? On Zealous. Let's look for the only GPU that's good on Zealous. And it is it not even good on Zealous anymore? Where's the 170? I thought it was higher. Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah, third one. So yeah, 5 cents. Let's fire them up. Make some 5 cents. Yeah, I don't know. Craziness. But I've been here way too friggin' long. It's been 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I still got my mask on, and my face is overheating. Grin. Y'all just missing out. I need a Grin ASIC. Panda, do you have a Grin ASIC? You must have a Grin ASIC somewhere on the floor. Anyway, guys, I got to wrap this one up. I'll see you guys all in the next one. I appreciate you guys for checking out this live stream. We got 92 likes and only 88 viewers. So we did it. We beat the odds. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you on the next ones. Rabid out.